Hey guys, this is long-haired fall Casey wearing long sleeves and a sweater. Today I'm going to be talking to you about some notch pull tools, some tweaks I made, and what's involved with these kits that I bought. So here we go. Okay, so everything spread out here on my workbench is included with the two Pulsar kits or sets that I bought through Amazon. The first one that I bought was just basically a Pulsar head, this adapter with a brand new Pulsar blade from Notch. It's pretty long and it's quite a bit thicker than most Pulsar blades. Compare that to Fanos. I mean, quite a bit longer and wider. I was a little bit worried about that because I've always had really good luck with Fano, but I actually found this to be a very good cutting blade. Came with 3 pulls, and then I bought a second set that had the pull pruner, another pull saw. This is just a scabbard that I added on later. It did not come with the set. And then 2 pulls, and I have added this handy dandy handle. We'll see. I haven't really tried using it with this on yet, so we'll see if I like that or not. Essentially, when I looked at the price of these pull tools, I wanted to get the most pulls and attachments for the least money. When I looked at it, if you bought a single pull on its own, that was about 50 bucks. So I went ahead and just put together 2 sets. Basically what I ended up with was 5 pulls, a pull pruner, and 2 pull saw heads. So I think I came out pretty well. I don't remember the price, so here it is. And a couple images of the sets. So what I'll be doing in this video is walking you through some tweaks that I did to change some things that I wanted to improve on these 2 sets. So this Notch pull saw set is pretty inexpensive, right? So adding some of these things to make it better is also pretty low cost. So you can add a scabbard for like 30 bucks to protect the pull saw head. You can add these ferrules. This one's made by Marvin. I bought it on Tree Stuff for 9 bucks. So it's a $9 addition to your pull saw per pull. That kind of can add up, but I think for the overall experience being better, it's worth it. These are really handy. I didn't even know they sold these separately. This is the male one because it goes in, and then there's a female one that's a receiving attachment. That'd be useful for something like this shitty old pull where that's missing. So I could always buy this and have a nice little shorty. This is just one that I recovered from the dumpster. Still works, still perfectly fine. It's only 2 feet long, but maybe it'd be useful if I put another receiver on there. All right, so first step is I need to get off with this cap. That's this cap here, and it's pretty damn tight. Like, the first one I had actually came off super easy, so I wish I had had that one for the video. But let's see what we can do to get this off. So to offer a quick tip on how I got this removed, I did use a drill to kind of open up. There is a little hole here, and I wanted to expand that so that I could fit this in to kind of push in and give it some leverage. As you can see, there is glue here. So when it was in here, I took this tool. It's just basically like a, I don't know, eye poker tool. I don't know. But I got that wedged in here and was just able to pry it away from the glue on all sides, and it eventually popped off fine. I'll probably end up throwing this one away and keeping this other one just in case I want a bumper later, because this one actually popped off with just a quick pull. It wasn't glued on very well. This one is glued on very well, but I don't want it anymore. Okay, so this next step here is just basically fitting on the ferrule. Just make sure you don't lose this bolt and nut because I don't want to buy more. What I'm trying to do is line up this hole to be equal or in the same position as the female receiver, basically matching up this dot to this dot all the way on the other 6 feet end. The reason for that is so it's not wonky and twisted when I connect them all together. So as you can see, it fits on pretty snugly. It actually fits tighter because there was that glue there, so I'm pretty happy, like it won't move super easily. Okay, so what I'm doing in this next part is trying to get this lined up correctly. I'm using my workbench seam here to basically line the pole up, look down the end here, and trying to match this hole with the other piece. Okay, so after a little bit of tweaking, you can see that I've got this hole lined up all the way down to the others. The next step here is making sure that this hole is drilled out correctly. All right, so here's the first hole I'm gonna be drilling, and I'm using a slightly smaller drill bit than I will need for the final bolt size, but I'm just doing that to make sure I don't cause any weird cracks or splits on the fiberglass. I get a little worried about that, so try to line this up straight and drill it. All right. So I'm through that. What I'm gonna do is swap this around and do the same straight drill hole on this side. Perfect. So then I'm gonna pull this off because I don't need that as a guide anymore. So you can see the two holes. Now I'm gonna use a slightly wider drill bit and get that lined up correctly all the way through. You may notice a third hole because I fucked up and drilled an extra hole. Oh. Balls, did I do the wrong one? That's the wrong hole. Fuck. So now I just want to find it on this side. Okay, so now I found the hole on the other side. Oop. And it's through. And you can bore it out bigger if you need to. It's not a big deal. Because ultimately it's going to fit in with this. So just need to slide that back on, and I'm ready to add the bolt. So you could probably get even fancier with this if you had a way to like take a punch or a peen or do like a rivet. I don't have any tools like that, so I'm just using the bolt that came with it. But all you got to do is get that through, line it up with the other hole, pop it in. And then this is pretty nice bolt. It's got that locking head, that locking nylon piece there, so it shouldn't come unthreaded. But once you got it hand tightened, it's just a Phillips head here, and this is a 3/8 nut here. So get that tightened on. You can really tighten as much as you want, but again, I get kind of worried about the flexible fiberglass. I don't want it to crack, so I just tighten that to where I feel like it's pretty appropriate. No washer or anything, I don't think it needs it. And that's on for basically more or less a permanent solution. If you didn't like this for any reason and wanted to go back to putting the bumper on and you've retained that, you always can, but now that is a lot more functional. And now I have 5 hole poles that I can use, so I could get 30 feet in the air for some reason. Why would you do that? I don't know, but you could if you wanted to. All right. In an upcoming video, I'm going to be showing you how I tweak this notch pole pruner. I just want to make it more efficient and sexy, so stay tuned for that. Also coming up soon, I'm going to be reviewing these notch geckos that I recently purchased. There are also going to be some tweaks that I make to these that are going to make them even better based on your comments in the Tree Life Facebook page. I found out some really cool things about these and some things I need to watch out for. Yeah, so this whole video series is basically just going to be running down some notch products, how much I like them, and how I can make them even better. As always, thank you very much for watching my video. I appreciate it if you subscribed and liked the video. If you want to leave a comment, just say something about this video or make a comment about something you'd like to see in a new video. That's it.